同学们好.
Oh.
Good to see you. Good to see you both. I hope you had a nice break. You definitely had some great classes with Cheryl. I hope you enjoyed them. She's really good, as you know. So it is the 3rd of January. We're going to be working on separation kicks today. But let's start with a bit of standing practice, a little bit of warm-up, go through the form, the second section to where we've got to, see if there are any questions, and then go from there. So we'll start with standing practice. Today we're actually going to start working on our posture for one leg stance, but let's just start with the usual. Feet shoulder width apart. Feel your feet and then check whether they are in fact forward back. They might feel as if they are and not be. Bend the knees, sink your hips straight down, round the arms, and find that posture. Hey Laura, great to see you. Welcome. Okay, so we'll just spend a couple of minutes here. And one of the reasons we do standing practice is to practice being soft. And in fact, that's why we do the form too, being soft. Once you know how to be soft, you can start working on turning the soft into hard, which is what you need for a martial art. But here, just feel all your joints opening, expanding. Feel the tendons and muscles softening into their neutral position. Feel the head pushing up, that's check number 1, and you're expressing your spirit. Number 2, shoulders are sinking, elbows are dropping. So feel your neck opening, feel the elbows dropping down. There's the circle, you're holding this ball. Not too much tension, but a little bit of tension to open the joints. Number 3, absorb the chest and round the back, so feel the elbows pulling away from the shoulders. Feel the fingertips pulling away from the elbows. And as you do that, make sure that you keep your shoulders down and your elbows down. These two things sort of work with each other or against each other. And number 4, relax the waist, sink the weight straight down, your hips straight down. As you breathe in, your belly expands, and feel it expanding both forward and back to help your lower spine straighten and open. And feel the weight on your feet, even forward and back, even inside and outside. And your body is stacked, so the center of your head is over the center of your pelvis, is over the spot in the center between your feet. And let's move into an empty stance, so back foot to the corner, back knee bent, front leg straight, touching with the ball. We're going to go into a one-leg stance, but we're not going to work on balance. We're just going to work on posture. So I want you from here, so your chest is to corner, your head is up, you're looking straight. Now I want you to straighten your back leg and just pull your front foot back and keep touching with just the ball of or the toes of your front foot. But 90%, 95% of the weight is on the back leg. We're not doing balance here. We'll get to it. But it's just posture first, to feel your head up, feel shoulders sinking down, absorb the chest and round the back. And remember your front foot is center line 2 sides relative to the back heel. And let's bend the back foot and change. So put the other foot out to the corner, keep that leg bent, chest goes to the corner, front foot out, center line two sides, looking in the straight direction. Now straighten the back leg and pull the back foot in. Use your toes just for balance. Because all we're doing here is we're just beginning to practice strengthening our legs, our hips, while keeping the posture. So head up, feel your head rising. You want your upper body light, which means open and relaxed. Very often when we're in these postures, we tense up at the top and then we get heavy there. Absorb the chest, so the elbows move away, that big ball that you're holding. Shoulders down, elbows down. Here, make sure that even though your standing leg is straight, it's not locked, but your hips are your waist, your lower back is relaxed and open. Let's go back to the other side. So we start with an empty stance, toe touch, ball touch. Now this time you have an option of going the next step. So straighten the back leg. If your balance is feeling good, just pick up that back foot and just touch with the tippy toe. Just keep it there for balance. You're not practicing balance here, you're practicing posture. Later on, if you're practicing on your own, you can lift your leg. But here we're just trying to find our posture. So head up, and if you need to move your front foot further forward to maintain your balance, of course you can do that. Head up and shoulders sinking. So up with the head light, and everything from the neck sinks down. Absorb the chest. You're looking straight to the front, but your chest is open to the side. And relax the waist. So see what the possibilities are as you angle your hips. So sink the back leg, change footwork, go to the other side. We'll start the front foot forward, straighten the back leg, touch with the toe. If you feel comfortable, bring the back foot in, just touch with the toe here at the back so that you can even lift it up a millimeter, lift it up a 1/16 of an inch, and put it down if you need it for balance. And you can start working on your balance here without doing any big movements, any big changes. So breathe in through the nose, belly expands as you breathe in. Head up, shoulders down, absorb the chest, and round the back. And 5 more seconds here. And finish. Bring your front foot down. Bring the other foot parallel. Now let's do a few gentle warm-ups. So just gently start rotating your hips 4 times or so in one direction and in the other direction. Okay, now let's do the lower back. So bend the knees. We're going to turn our shoulders side to side, but immobilize your hips. Your hips should not move. It's just the shoulders move. The hips don't move. If we don't, this is just to be doubly sure that we're safe with our knees. You can turn your hips and keep your knees safe, but we're not going to talk about that today. And so just swing, warming up the lower back, start warming up the arms. And now just open the arms. So now we're getting a bit more blood flow in there. And the other direction. Okay, and let's call that Good. Okay. Hey, Greg, great to see you. Welcome. Happy New Year. So, we've done our warm-ups. One of the things I'd like to do now is, since we've got a couple of moments, to just do a few waist exercises. So if you have a chair, you can use your chair, or you can just stand with your legs bent. I like using the chair because it means I can protect my knees and my hips stay in one place. So you've done these with me, and you actually did them with Cheryl. So we're going to start sitting, arms rounded in front, and first we'll do the horizontal movements, which is turning in this direction, and then vertical movements are in all the other directions. So from here to your left, if you're mirroring, to the right, left, right, left. Yeah, that chair is out of action. Okay, and we've done a few of those. Oh, there's a better one. I can see the chair very well. I can't see Rogelio very well, but I can see the chair. Okay, now we're going to go side to side. So to the one side, other side, this side, that side. Try and keep your sitting bones even on the chair so that all the movement is in your lumbar spine. Okay, and now what we're going to do is move the chest in and out. So forwards and back, forward and back, forward and back. And now we're going to combine them. So we're going to go turn, and we're going to go to the back corner, go around to the front corner now across the diagonal, turn at the side, across the diagonal. Turn front to back, turn at the other side, front to back, one more, turn, front to back, turn, front to back. Now we're going to go back the other direction. So start at the back, across the diagonal, back to front. Turn at the side, back to front, turn at the side, back to front. Now, when we do, we call this movement a figure eight movement, it's actually not very big. We only use it to go around the corner. And so to get a feel for that, ultimately, you're not going to be moving your chest in big directions. So I just wanted to suggest, put your arm out. So we're just going to, so it's not moving your arms relative to your chest. Just keep your arms like 90 degrees to your chest, but go to one side and go around the corner. So turn on the other side, around. So up to down and around. Up to down, forward to back and around. Up to down. The hands are just a diagnostic for what your chest is doing. The hands are not really moving relative to the chest. And so now let's go around the other direction. So from up, from down to up and around, down to up, down to up. And this is the movement that you do over and over again in cloud hands and in all sorts of other places. So for example, in high pat on horse that you did last time before Christmas, there was also this figure eight because you went to one side and turned around and came back. Let's stop here. Good. So before we practice the second section to where we've got to, are there any questions? Anything that you want to work on today? Okay, so let's practice the second section to high pat on horse. This is my little marker for the front of the class, or where the screen would be if you, from your point of view. Okay, and we are in, come this way. Yeah, so we're in cross hands at the beginning of the second section. I'll just call the movements. Embrace tiger, return to the mountain. Roll back. Press. push. Transition to fist under elbow. Fist under elbow. Step back, repulse monkey. 1, 2, 3. Diagonal flying. Raise hands. Step forward. White crane. Spreads its wings. Left brush knee. Needle at C bottom. Fan through the back. Turn body. Chop with fist. Step forward, parry, block, and punch. Step up, grass bird's tail. Roll back. Press. Push. Single whip. Cloud hands. Two. 3. Single whip. High pat on horse. And stop to there. Okay, good. So with that given us a nice start, I'll spend some time reviewing the last movements, cloud hands and high pat, since there's been a bit of a break. But are there any questions about either those two movements or any of the other movements in the second section so far?
The transition
Nope.
from parry, block, and punch to the left forward off step up, the transition there.
Yeah, excellent question, Laura. Thank you. Yep, that is a tricky transition. So let's see, let me face you and we'll talk about it. So we've done parry, block, and punch. So we're in a left bow stance, punching with the right, left hand is here. Whoops, I need to come back a bit because I'm going to step forward. So shift back weight slightly, turning the left toe out, connect out with the left arm. And you can see that my right arm is also opened here. Then shifting forward weight, the arms are going to close as I root with my heel here, and then I come forward into ward off right. Let's do that again. So we're in a left bow stance, parry, block, and punch. Shift weight back. Open the left toe, open both arms. Left arm is connecting out, right arm is going down. So the right arm is still the right hand is still a fist. The right hand is still in a fist, and it's at the diagonal here. Now I'm going to grab and pull as I shift my weight forward. Grab, step out, heel touch, arms closed. Shift forward, weight, knee bends, ward off right. Okay? Is that good? Excellent. Good question. Let me just add one thing just a couple of reminders for all of us on that movement since you bring it up. There's a couple of things to be aware of. This side. So when we're here, we're going to shift our weight back slightly to get us 50-50 on the front foot. We're going to open the front foot, but as soon as you've opened your front foot, re-establish weight. So push with your back leg into your front leg. Don't keep your weight back here. So as soon as you've opened your left foot and released weight to do that, bring the weight back. Then the next thing I want you to pay attention to is also on the left side. As you open, feel you're connecting out with this left arm. You're connecting out towards your opponent, doing a grab and pull. To think about other places where we do something like this in the form, if you think about fist under elbow, so with fist under elbow, when I've started my transition with fist under elbow, I step out to the corner and I connect out, grab and pull, fist under elbow. This stepping out, this connecting out is the same connecting out. You're actually connecting out to your opponent as they are punching towards you. You're connecting to them here. So don't just keep your arm close to your body. Really feel this opening and extension. Then you'll come around. Is that clear, Laura? You're looking puzzled.
When I bring my fists down, the fingers are down.
Yes. So from here, when you bring your right arm down, your fist is at a diagonal, like this. So you're going from this to this. Yes. Right, and it's nice and round, and then you're going to come in and do ward off right.
Okay.
Yes. Yep, excellent. Good. Let's do cloud hands and high path on horse. I'll do it with you once and give you a few cues. And then I'd just like to watch you and see if there's anything that we need to work on. I will face towards you this time. So for me, that's going to be the front of the room. So we are in single whip after grass bird's tail. So we're in single whip. We're going to do cloud hands. Shift weight back, turning the left toe to straight. The left arm comes all the way across. Now, sitting onto the left, pull to the left, close and step. When you touch with the right foot, the arms are to the left side. Now, shifting your weight to the right, ward off, grab, pull with the right hand. When the arms are to the right, you're stepping out double wide. Now, shift your weight to the left, ward off, grab, pull with the left arm. When the arms are to the left, you're stepping closed. Then let's do one more. To the right, step out, double width, ward off, grab, pull. Now we're going to do number 3. Just step, right foot to the corner, go into single whip. High pat on horse. Shifting back your weight, first rotate your left arm, sit the right palm. Keep shifting back, lift the front toe, right hand comes in. Pick up the left foot, close, center line to sides, pull in with the left, strike out with the right with body turning. And your ending posture, your right edge of the fist is throat height. You're striking out there. The left hand is at the corner of your ribs, bottom of your ribs. Okay. Any questions about that? Let me watch you do that. Okay, there's a couple of things I want to pay attention to today. I can't see your feet. I can't see any of your feet. So your feet, I will assume your feet are all perfect, but just in case I'm wrong, let me just remind you about the stepping. So the tricky thing is, so when we come around, the left foot comes to the front, then we close, the right foot is parallel to the left, shoulder width apart. Then we're going to step double wide, and when we step wider, make sure that your left foot is again straight forward back. We're going to come in, we're going to shift to the side, so make sure that your feet stay parallel. Yeah. And yeah, so Rogelio, I thank you for tilting the camera down. You should just check. It didn't look to me as if your right foot was always, actually your left foot actually sometimes seemed like it was pointing out a little bit rather than being straight, but it's really difficult to see. So that's the thing about the footwork. The next thing I just want to remind us about is the arm movements. And so let's just practice the arm movements together a couple of times. And so we're going to do both sides. So you can just, I'm not going to go anywhere. We're just going to do the arms. So it's going to, the arm is going to rotate. This is a grab. It's going to pull down, and then it's going to rotate at the elbow to this position. So we're going to essentially rotate at the elbow here. The arm comes down, ward off, up, grab, pull, and you can see elbow down. It's going to rotate in the plane, elbow up, and then it's going to come around. So let's try the other side. So we're going to start here. So grab and pull, rotate the whole arm, comes down, ward off, grab, pull, rotate, down. Yes. So the issue that it's very easy to have is that when we come to this side, say, we actually just flop the palm forward like this. We don't want to do that. We're essentially going to do this, rotate, and comes down. So it's this movement. The whole arm rotates. It's not just a flop from up to down. Yes, it's tricky, isn't it? It's like riding a bicycle. As soon as you think about it, it gets hard. Okay. I think that's the one thing I wanted to mention there. I think the end of the footwork is good on cloud hands. I just want to remind you that when we do number 3, we're just going to rotate our hips to make the right foot go to the corner. We're not going to step out. It's just a hip rotation that makes this foot move to here. Okay, the other thing I wanted to just pay attention to is high pat on horse, particularly the right arm, what the coordinations on the right arm. So let's see what would be a good way to do it. Let's do it here. I'll do it like this. So we've got single whip. I'll do it in a number of different directions. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go here. So we're going to start shifting back our weight. And as we shift back our weight, the left arm is going to rotate. The hook is going to open, and you're going to sit your right hand. So the right hand is palm down, left hand is palm up. Then as you keep shifting back your weight, the right hand comes in front of the right shoulder. So it's cocked back here. It's not out front, it's here. Then you're going to pick up, come to center line, and with body turning, strike out. So the movement, let's do that again. So shifting back weight, rotate left, open the right hook. Keep shifting back, lift the left toe, right arm comes in. Pick up the left foot with body turning, strike out. So let me just see you do that arm movement. Just make sure that I communicated that well. So just this arm movement in the strike for the right hand. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you for doing that, for helping me move that. There's something else I need to say. You remember when we do standing practice, shoulder down, elbow down? It's shoulder down, elbow down. What Cheryl actually was talking about as well. She talked about the gunslinger pose, the one which she calls the Wild West pose. This is your Master Young talks about keep your armpits open. So this is, it's really all about the elbow. So your elbow wants to be out and down. So what I want you to be clear about is, so here, rotate, sit the right palm, bring the right palm in, so you can see my elbow is lower than my wrist, my hand is slightly sitting. Then when I strike out, make sure you've got your elbow down. So make sure that you're not like this, but like this. So you don't, make sure your arm is not up like this, elbow down. Yes, and your wrist is sitting slightly. It's not 100% flat. Always we have just a slight sit here to get more power in the wrist. Yep, and if you can, so Lorraine, I noticed you were doing that. If your shoulder allows, what you want to do is to have this center of your palm edge, center line of your body, exactly like that. Yes, so that's here. So it's, and then the other hand is down, and actually your left hand can be back a little bit. Yes, actually sideways. Keep your shoulders sinking, so don't go back this way, just there. I think of it as, and if my do I have a box? Do I have a box? Yeah, I have a box. Yeah, I have a box. It's not a very good box. Let me try this box. Yeah, okay. So this is my chest. This is my chest. When I have my right hand down, it's on this corner of my chest here. So it's not here, but side my chest, and it's not in front of my chest. It's on the bottom left-hand corner, on the angle. Yeah, that's right. And Laura, I think a little bit higher for you. So find the bottom of your rib cage. Yeah, there. I think it's about, yeah, it's about there. Yeah, good. And Rogelio, it looks as if maybe your left arm is actually back a bit. So sink your arm. Yes. That it may actually. I think the angle is confusing me, but that's looking good. Yep, that's great, Greg, as well. Good. Let's call that good. So, are there any questions on these things before we go on? We'll hopefully there'll be a bit of time at the end. We'll practice these two movements and the separation kicks, and we'll practice everything that we did today. Okay, so today we are going to, thank you, Rogelio. I love thumbs up. We are going to do separation kicks. I think most of you've all done it. It may be rusty, but let's do the separation kicks together a couple of times, and then I'll break them down. But let's just sort of refresh our memories about how we're doing it. So I'm going to assume the front is over there. We've done single whip here. So we're so I'm going in the same direction as you if you're facing the camera, facing the screen, which is presumably where the camera is. So high pat on horse here. Separation kick. Turn the chest to the right, arms open. Arms are horizontally circling. Right arm stays up, left arm stays low. Step out less than corner. Cross the arms, right palm over elbow. Now pull the arms open. At this point, your right arm is towards the corner. Your left arm is in line with your left leg. You're looking towards your right palm. With body turning, cross the arms, look over your crossed arms, stand up, look, kick. Now, as the right leg comes down, rotate the left hand palm up, bring the right hand into the shoulder. Sink, step, less than corner. Now shift your weight, left palm over right elbow, crossing, pulling open. Now your left arm is to the corner, your right elbow is in the direction of your right knee. With body turning, cross the arms, look in the crossing direction, stand up, look to the kicking direction, and kick. And stop. Let's do that again, and I will turn my body so that you can see another angle if you're watching. We're in high pat on horse. Empty stance, ball touch, left leg forward, right hand is striking out. Okay. So with body turning, open the arms, turn the chest to the corner, and arms are horizontally opening, and then closing. Left foot steps in and out, less than corner, cross the arms, pull open. Look in the direction of the right hand. With body turning, close the arms, cross, looking in the cross direction, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick. Bring down the leg, rotate the right arm, left hand in front of the shoulder. Sink, step out, less than corner. Cross the arms, left palm over right elbow, and then left elbow over right palm. Open to your left. Cross the arms, look in the cross direction, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick, drop the knee, but keep the arms the way they are. Okay. So before we start breaking it down, are there any questions, any things in particular that you want to work on? Rogelio, yes.
In these and other movements, you mentioned that the position of the foot is less than corner. I'm just curious, why less than corner? Does it make a big difference if it's just a corner or less than corner?
Yes, excellent
It
question.
must be, but I'm curious about that.
Yes. So the reason for less than corner is to maintain as close as we can to the bow stance angle between the front foot and the back foot, which is about 45 degrees. In the first separation kick, it's not going to be the case. So let's look at the first separation kick. So let me get my. Okay, so this is the forward back direction. My back foot, because I've got an empty stance. My back foot is to 45 degrees. I'm going to step out less than corner because I want to kick diagonally in that direction. So if I stepped to the corner here, I'd actually have 90 degrees between my feet, which is something we don't do in Young Family Style. So that's why that's less than corner. So here I'm less than corner. I've done right separation kick. Now I'm going to step here less than corner. And now actually in this stance, I've actually got 45 degrees between my feet. Because if you say that this is half of 45 degrees, and this is half of 45 degrees, together they're 45 degrees. And so the idea is that when we do this zigzag step, that we keep a bow stance. Another place in the form where we do this is parting wild horses main. So just to review that, because that's the best place to see it, Rogelio. So I'm here in single whip. I come across. I bring my foot in less, sort of more than corner, less than straight. I step out, more than straight, less than corner. Now I've got a bow stance. So I'm here. I open very slightly. I'm still less than corner. Close, step out, again, between straight and corner. So that way I'm always in a bow stance. Since you raised this, one of the things I want, let's review the footwork, and I want to say a little bit more about the foot angles. So let's just, I will face in the same direction as you, because we're just going to think about the footwork. Okay, so we're in this empty stance. I'm going to step out essentially into almost a bow stance. My left foot is between corner and straight. What I want you to check is when you bring your back foot parallel to the front foot and bring it forward, that you have shoulder width between your feet, because that is what's going to give you stability. One of the things to pay attention to here is that when we step out, if we don't step wide enough, you can see that my stance is very narrow here. And the same thing is going to happen on the other side. It's going to be a little bit easier, so let's just review that. So we start here, step open. We're going to stand up, kick, sink, step. And again, make sure that you step out wide enough so that when you close your back foot parallel to your front foot and bring it forward on the railway line, that you have shoulder width apart. That will mean you've got left-right stability. Now, one of the things that comes into body turning that I want to just make sure we're all aware of is when we're going to step out here, we're going to close here. I want you to, as far as possible, use your waist to turn this close, and whatever you do, don't collapse your right knee here, because this is quite a big turn, and typically what happens is we collapse the right knee, which is bad news for the knee. So try and, with body turning, keep your crotch rounded here to make sure that you protect your knees. And then the same thing, so we're here, kick, step, so we're here, open. On the other side, same thing. As you come across, keep your crotch rounded, don't collapse the back knee. That'll keep your knees safe. Good. Let's talk about the arm movements, which is usually where no, I'm going to talk about the kicks first. So this series of classes, I want to sort of focus on what are the fundamentals that we're learning. And here we actually introduce standing on one leg for the first time, and we introduce kicks for the first time. And there are 3 kicks in Young style. There's what we call a toe kick, or the separation kick. There is a heel kick, and then there is a swing kick, which we do in kick over lotus. This is what we call a toe kick, but we don't kick with the toe. We're actually connecting with the top of the foot. It looks like the toe is out, but actually it's a kick with the top of the foot. The other thing to bear in mind with the kicks, with all the kicks, when we start and when we finish, we want to have 45 degrees between the up leg and the standing foot. So we don't want to be parallel. We don't want to be open too wide. We also want the sole of the foot turned in slightly, the toe down. So when you stand up, don't have your foot flexed, have your foot pointed. And the way we do crotch rounded when we're standing is actually to tilt the shin in a little bit. So my shin is not like hanging down vertically, it's tilted in a little bit. It's said that the reason why you do that actually is to protect against the kick on the groin, because my leg is actually crossed in front of my groin here, which protects my groin in case somebody tries to kick there. Okay, that's the kick. Last thing about the kick, we start with arms crossed. The kicking arm is always the arm that's on the outside. So the first kick is going to be with the right leg, so the right arm is in front. The second kick is with the left leg, left arm is in front. When we kick, the leg and arm are in a line. The other arm is 135 degrees open. So always make sure when you kick, the arm and leg are in a line when you kick. Clear? Good. So let's do the arm movements. I'm going to face you. And let's start in high path on horse. So the first thing is we turn the body to the right and open the arms. The arms are going to circle horizontally. The right arm is higher than the left. It's going to stay higher. We're going to close the arms, step out. The right arm, the right palm is going to go over the left elbow, cross. The right elbow over the left palm. I'm going to pull open. So let's do that again. We're from high pat on horse. Turning the chest to the corner, open the arms. Shifting weight all the way back onto the right, step out, cross the arms, and pull open. Now from here, we're going to cross the arms. So the right, it's going to be a right kick, so the right arm is on the outside. With body turning, cross the arms, looking in the direction of the crossed arms, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick. And from here, we'll continue. We've done the kick. As the leg comes down, change the arms. So right palm up, left palm sitting in front of the shoulder here. Sink, step out, more than straight, less than corner. Left palm over right elbow, cross. Left elbow over right palm, pull open. You're looking in the direction of your left hand. Now with body turning, cross the arms, keep your crotch rounded, looking over the crossed arms. Stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick, bring the foot down, but keep the hands the same. So let me ask Susan if she could join us. I just want to show you the application, just so that you have a sense of what we're doing here, why we're doing what we're doing. So imagine that your opponent is pushing towards you. What you're going to do is you're going to step out and pull to the side, wrap their arm around. Now they're at your mercy, right? I've got her arm twisted around. I'm holding both her hands. She can't kick me much. I can stand up and kick. So that's the way the separation kick works. Let's come in a little bit, Susan. Okay, so Susan's going to come in and press. I'm going to grab with this hand, with the left hand, and then grab with the right hand and open. So that's this open shape that we have. Then when I cross my arms, this is what this is what the form is essentially saying. I'm doing this crossing movement to here, and then I can kick from there. I can do it on the other side as well. So actually, we'll go on this side. Right, so Susan is going to come to here. I can pull to this side, wrap her around here, stand up, and kick on this side. So we can do it on either side. So that's what the application is for high pat on horse. Since we have Susan, are there any questions about other applications?
Yeah, it would be great if we could see cloud hands and high pat on horse, because we didn't see that with you. So,
excellent. Okay. So, cloud hands. Let's try it here. So Susan is essentially going to punch with the right. I'm going to connect. Remember when I said ward off? Grab, pull. So let's come here. Yep. Okay, so Susan's going to punch. This is ward off, grab, pull. So that's ward off, grab, pull. And then if she's punching with the left, it's the same thing. Ward off, grab, pull. Ward off, grab, pull. It's quite similar, actually, to, and I was talking about fist under elbow. So I want you to punch with the left, Susan. So if I'm in fist under elbow here, I'm going to connect out, ward off, pull, and then the punch here. But again, as she comes in to punch with the left, I'm doing a connect, grab, pull, strike. Ward off, grab, pull. We do it everywhere in the form. So that's ward off, grab, pull. Let's try, I think high pat on horse would be this side. Yeah, so I'm in single whip. So Susan grabs. The first thing I need to do is she controls this wrist. I need to change the control. So I'm actually, that rotation of your right hand, the rotation of the right hand, when you start with high pat on horse, is actually you controlling your opponent's wrist. So now I'm holding her wrist. So from here, I'm then going to pull here and strike. So I'm pulling her in and strike. Let's do that again. So she grabs, control, strike. And what I remind you of here is just as in step back, repulse monkey, most of the effectiveness actually is in this grab and pull. You know, I'm pulling her in with step back, repulse monkey. It was actually similar. You know, she grabs, I step back, and actually there it's a strike. But it's the same kind of thing. Feel your body turning, driving the pull, and then the strike will come for free. Any questions about those?
Thank you, Susan.
Great, thank you, Susan. Okay, let's practice high pat on horse a few times and see if there are. We'll practice it a few times together, and then I'll stop and just watch you, and then we'll do a few more, and we'll work on it again next week. So we are in high pat on horse. And I think the front would be here. Okay. Empty stance, yes. High pat on horse. And remember that your wrist is slightly sitting, so the palm is in flat. Yes, nice, yes. So open to the right, both arms, big circle. As the arms cross, step out, pull. You're looking to the right corner over your right hand, left knee and left elbow in a line. With body turning, cross the arms, keep your crotch rounded, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick. Change the arms, right arm rotates, left palm sits by the left shoulder, foot down. Sink, step, less than corner. Cross the arms, palm over elbow, elbow over palm, pull open. With body turning, cross the arms, look in the cross direction, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick, bring down the knee, bring down the foot, but keep the arms the same place. Do that again. I'll come in this forward direction. So, high pat on horse, open, step out, cross, pull to the right, look to the right, turn to the left, look to the left, stand up, look to the right, the kicking direction, kick. Change the arms as the right leg comes down. Sink, step, more than straight, less than corner. Cross the arms, pull open to the left, look to the left. Cross the arms, looking to the right, stand up, look in the kicking direction, kick, bring down the left foot. Okay, let me watch you do that. We'll work on this more next week. And Greg, you know, you've been dropped in the deep end today, so don't feel bad. You haven't seen this for a while, and it's one of the trickier movements because there's a lot going on. So let's just work on a few things in the last couple of minutes. The first thing that I want to make sure we're clear on is when we start here, the arms, it's a big circle, so the arms are going to open and close. So they're going to open and close. It's, you know, this is Tai Chi, so it's yin and yang. So we're going to open the right arm. Keep the left palm up. So don't turn the left palm down. So the palm positions really don't change. When you cross the arms, what I'd like you to try and think of is you're going to cross the wrist over the elbow. And then here, the elbow is going to come over the palm, and it's going to pull open. So I want you to really close and really open. Close and open. Yeah. And cross. Yep. Then the one more thing for the kick. So this is about the arms. So there is a slight rainbow, a slight from down to up and strike down here. The arms rotate constantly through this movement. But one of the things I want you, so there's two things I want you to bear in mind. One is this arm rotation is constant. We're starting with the palm towards us. We finish with the palm away from us, and the rotation is constant. So we're not going to do this and then flip it at the end. So we want to keep the rotation of the arm constant all the way, so smooth and constant all the way. Yes, that's nice, Rogelio. The other thing is we want to have a nice smooth curve of the hand, so it's not to here and then strike out like this. It's slightly up and then slightly down. Yeah, that's nice. And when you finish, make sure your chest is sinking. So you can see my chest is square to the camera. My arms are actually here. My arms are not here, because if my arms were here, my chest would be open, right? Because we practice this posture. So when you finished your kick, your arms are sort of in this position. Make sure that your chest is absorbed and your back is slightly rounded. Okay. Let's do high pat on horse. Let's start cloud hands, high pat on horse, separation kicks, and call it good. So we are going to, and I'm going to face towards the camera. So we're in single whip. Cloud hands, shift weight back, left arm comes all the way across to the right side, left foot to the straight. Shift your weight to the left, to the side, toe touch. Ward off, grab, pull to the right when the arms are the right, left toe touches. Ward off, grab, pull when the arms are the left, the right foot touches. Ward off, grab, pull, toe touch. Now number 3, ward off, grab, pull, and just step to the corner with the right foot into single whip. Now, high pat on horse. Remember the arm movement. So shift back weight, rotate the left arm, sit the right arm. Keep shifting back, bring the right hand to the right shoulder. Step to center line, pull with the left, strike out with the right. Separation kicks. With body turning, open your chest to the right. Big arms are open. Now as you step, the arms are closed. Palm over elbow, and then pull open, elbow over palm, looking in your right arm direction. With body turning, keep your crotch rounded, cross the arms, stand up, look, kick. As the foot comes down, rotate the right arm, bring the left arm to the shoulder. Sink, step more than straight, less than corner. palm over elbow, elbow over palm, pull to the side. Now cross the arms, look to the right, crotch rounded, stand up, look, and kick. Leg down, but arms stay there. And stop. Great to see you all again. I hope you have a wonderful new year. 同学们，再见。
Master.